maybe it may affect our server, it may affect our network, etc. That's why we have to focus on that. So this is the overall basic idea of Nave-based classifier. We can call it as a probabilistic classifier. And whatever I have explained, it's not restricted to only for cybersecurity. Any application, if you go for healthcare, maybe I want to classify the data is healthy or not healthy, cancer or non-cancer, or maybe if you go for some other applications, maybe related to malaria, malaria. Maybe any application we take the concept is just data set is different. I'm talking about cybersecurity application because of that reason I'm taking cybersecurity data, like security detection system or maybe image and detection system. But if you go for healthcare, same concept what I have explained because I don't have proper what we explained here, but understood what I have explained here. So based on that, we are trying to classify the data right now to see that. So this is a brief idea how we are trying to classify the data, and then we try to explore the cybersecurity application. Now, whatever I have explained, now you can see here clearly mathematically. So this is the thing what I have explained. Initially, we have calculated the probability for C1, C2. After that, we have calculated the outmax. Based on that, we get the final classification results based on the given input features. Hope it's clear. Just we check it. This is the formula. Actually, we require long term time to explore this formula, how we have to derive. In general, I used to derive this formula. For that, we should know what is probability, what is conditional probability, what is independent events. After that, how we are trying to union rule. Based on that, how to go for Bayes theorem. Once we find the Bayes theorem, then we have to take a data set. Then that data set we have to implement the Bayes theorem. Based on that, finally we will get this formula. That's why it may take more than 1 hour if you want to explore complete mathematical information. And we don't have time. That's why I need to direct formula. So when you go for subjective, that's why it will. If you take 10 days that we for this one, still we are not able to cover entire syllabus because of that reason. But here we don't have time. That we directly I have explained briefly. Based on that, we are trying to go for computation. Now we can understand all the terminologies. We are trying to find the probability for all the cancers. After that, we are trying to find the maximum value. After finding maximum value, we are looking for all max. All max is the maximum value corresponding to each class. And finally, there is the prediction. There is the final classification for the given data which we have received in the data. So hope it's just check it. If you understand, we can go for examples easily. So just revise what I have explained here. So we have then calculated the probability. After that, we calculated the maximum. After that, we are looking for outcomes. Finally, we are trying to look for the final classification result. That's all right. So this is that. Now, I already told you, we have a new data. Some data received in the network, and we have to have a based on that, we can decide if any class. So because of just for better understanding the specific data set, what I have considered only C1, C2, maybe two or more. But when you go for actual reality, there are so many things possible. Either the data is good, that is benign, or maybe DOS attack, or DDoS attack, or maybe a kind of attack, or maybe SQL injection, like that. So many kinds of possibilities there. In that case, we have to go for category classification. So binary classification is C1, C2 on the page. When we go for categorical classification, pass or fail. But in the pass, again we have distinction, first class, second class, third class possibilities. So such type of things we can point as the categorical classification. So, but most of the things we are trying to explore in today's session for binary classification because we don't have time to explore about categorical classification. It will take more time. So just we can take anything possibilities there. It's just even possible, possible, three also possible. So just we have to apply the classifier because we are talking about Naive-based classifier. If we take decision tree, we can apply. We can take random forest, we can apply. We can take SQL, we can apply. We can take KNN, we can apply. But finally, we have to go for prediction of the class. So finally, whatever is the class, it could be the C1 or C2 or C2. Anything possibilities that depends on the. So this is the overall classification process. This is actually it's a specific to navigate classification because just now I have explained, but it should be generic. Any classification possible. After the evaluation only you can decide this is the best fit line. Right? Just for understanding, I explain this classifier. Based on that, we can move on. Next. So now we will see use cases. Next. So this is one of the research articles. I am most of the time whenever I go for faculty development programs, I use the experiment research papers. Based on that, you can understand this is the way we can apply these simple things for the research also. Most of the things, whatever I have explained, we think this is very simple. Or maybe this is already know basics also. This is how we publish. But if you refer the research article, some of the papers published in IGT translation also. We check it later in any culture all the papers published. So here it is called based detection system. So whatever concepts I explained, same here also. So you can see. So this I already told you because we don't have time to explore about this conditional problem. based on the total probability, based on the finally classifier. But I have explained the basic idea beyond this basic classifier. By using that only, we can go for intelligent detection system. Firstly, we don't know what is intelligent detection system. What is intelligent? What is intelligent detection system? Based on that, what we are trying to do, that we try to see. Next. So number one, yes. What I have explained so far, by using that only, we can go for this research article. There, we are trying to find the intelligent detection system. Now the question is, what is intelligent detection? This we know. So far we have covered. So Bayes and Bayes are probabilistic Bayes are Bayes and classifier. But this part we don't know. That is one idea that we can call it as intelligent detection system. Now we will try to see what is the idea, and based on that, how we are applying this machine learning classifier to the cyber security application. Intelligent detection. Next slide. Same thing here also. So emission machine is intelligent detection system. Taking something IoT, something they added. Not only for cybersecurity, something IoT. But the concept is same. I already told you the concepts are same. Whatever concept I have explained, you can cover for all the applications. But only things is different. Based on that, we try to explore. Or we not finding the parameters, accordingly we try to go for classification address. Now we come to the intelligent detection system. Now we know what is Bayesian classifier, probabilistic classifier, or maybe any other classifier. Now we try to apply for cybersecurity application that is the intelligent detection system. Now when we come to the intelligent detection system, so when we come to the intelligent detection system, basic idea view. So let us assume. So we are receiving a lot of data. Let us assume this is my PC. Let us assume I am working. This is my laptop or maybe some whatever it may be. We are receiving data. So let us assume what documents I am receiving. So PDF I am receiving, maybe media, multimedia kind of data. Let us assume videos I am receiving, audio I am receiving. Let us assume some kind of WhatsApp kind of messages like let us assume something text data we are receiving. Like that we are receiving lot of data. So these data we are receiving, it will receive through packets. We know the network. So these data we are receiving through packets. Now, whatever data we are receiving, there is a possibility for injecting something. There is a possibility for some kind of malicious data. There is a possibility for inserting some kind of virus. So these things are possible. Let us assume this is the data which we are receiving, let us assume PCR network or whatever it may be. And in this data, there is a possibility of receiving some kind of malicious attack. Now, what we are trying to do? So whatever data which we have received, we have to classify whether good or bad. So let us assume we have to go for good, that is benign, or we have to go for bad. So for that we have to go for intelligent detection system. So basically the intelligent detection system concept is intelligent means unauthorized access. So someone is trying to hack our system or maybe network etc. They are trying to send virus and whatever other things through this any one of the possibilities. So because of that, whatever data which we receive in the network, that is called in terms of packet, we have to classify whether the data is good or bad. So for that, we have to go for machine learning algorithms. Basically, intelligent detection system is, so it will monitor the data. After that, it will detect is there any possibilities for attacking our PC or maybe server. Based on that, we have to classify whether good or bad. For classification of this good or bad, we have to go for machine learning algorithms. So for that, we have to go for intelligent detection system. So intelligent detection system is intelligent means unauthorized access. So we have to find the unauthorized access, whatever it may be. So maybe sometimes we can call it as intruder. We can call it as intruder or hacker or whatever it may be. That we are trying to find. Based on that, we go for further. Suppose if something is coming inside this data, maybe some malicious kind of attack. So we can classify that and immediately admin will take care. Based on that, we go for further action. So for that, machine learning comes to the picture, hence we have to go for classification of the data. So whatever I have explained, you can see here. So intelligent detection system, we have to monitor, we have to detect, we have to go for classification of the data. So this is a simple data set. This we can call it as IDS. We have the latest data sets also. So we have here around we have 41 features. There's some response variable. We can call it as a label. Last label we can see here that data is normal. So the data which we have received is normal, maybe normal. Somewhere here some kind of attack. So many attacks are there. So this is attack. These are all attacks from this. If we go through now, maybe some kind of Neptune attack or maybe DOS attack, that is possible. But so far, if this is actual screenshot. If you go through this now, we can find more than 1 lakh records. So maybe data samples. So here we can see normal data, there is no issue. Here there is a possibility for some kind of attack. Here normal data, there is some kind of web attack here. Neptune attack, there is some web server related attack. Maybe if you go through this here normal, there is no issue. That means here we are trying to say this is the malicious data. Immediately we have to open further step. So whatever data that we have received here, maybe web server related issue here, hence we have to go for further step. That's why immediate detection comes to the picture, hence we have to apply vision learning. So the vision learning will classify immediately. So the data which we have received some kind of attack. So immediately we have to go for further step. The data which we have received, there is no issue, normal data. Hence no need to go for further investigation. So because of that reason, we have to go for vision learning algorithms. Based on that, we are classifying. Immediately system admin will take it. Okay, this is some issue. Immediately we block the data. Whatever data is listening to video or maybe something, immediately we block. Or if we get some kind of attack, immediately we block the data. Maybe we block that person also. Based on that, we are not going to receive such data. So for that reason, we have to go for immediate detection system, and by using the classified what we have received. So this is the simple data intended just for classification. So I have something here normal and Neptune attack I am assuming. This is the new data which we have received. We have to make a label either normal or but whatever data previous. Whatever data set we have considered, it's past data. It's not possible to take entire data for applying our numerical integration, I mean numerical calculation. So for that I am taking simple data set. So let us say this is a simple data set. So you can see just I am taking 10 records and I am assuming some values based on the periodic of 99 data set and I have classified.
Audience, now you have a tea break of just 5 minutes. I request everyone to come back after 5 minutes.
Make it fun.
Okay, come back. Another the preparation part is left that we will see later because of time. We'll go for one more important application. So actually, when we go for cybersecurity, we discussed already what are the cybersecurity applications by using AML, etc. Now, when we go for main goals of cybersecurity, we have three goals. One is confidentiality, integrity, availability. So, what does it mean here? So, whenever I go for confidentiality, let us assume. So, some data, if I want to share the source to destination, so no one knows exactly what is that data. So that is called confidentiality. So that means we can call it as intruder or maybe hacker or maybe third person not able to access that data. So that we can call it as confidentiality. So when you go for integrity, so whatever data which we have, it can't change. There is some just like newspaper. So it's like a static, we can't change that one. And availability means, so whenever I take any data, if you want to do something modification or if you want to do something updation, we have to go for authorized person. So let us say just like admin, he will take everything responsibility for doing something on the data. So these are the main cyber security goals. So one is confidentiality that we try to discuss of application of AI, and integrity just like newspaper is static. And when you go for availability, whatever data if you want to do something or updation or modification, obviously we have to go for authorized person only. So because of that reason, data is secure. Here data is secure. By this, no third person will find the information. What I am sending from source to destination. When you go for integrity and availability also based on that, we are trying to protect our data. So that's why these are the main three goals when you go for cyber security. Now the question is how we are trying to achieve these goals by using AI, by using artificial intelligence and machine learning. Our aim is to achieve these goals. That we try to explore one tool and one technique by using that how we are trying to go for confidentiality goal of cybersecurity. Next. So here just now I told we have an important concept that's called image technography that comes under computer vision. So just we have to go for image technography. Based on that, we are trying to achieve the confidentiality goal. I already told you three goals. So first goal we are trying to achieve by using image technography. So we are trying to hide the data. Based on that, only receiver knows what is the data inside that one. Based on that, you get that data. That means our data is more secure. So we try to see how we are trying to use image technography and what are the tools. And just we can see what are the tools that we are trying to explore. Maybe in data we can go for the tools also. When it comes to the image technography, let us assume we have a sender. So I have a something let us assume image because I am talking about image technography. Technography means image could be text also possible, text document also. We are talking about image technography. So we have a image, some data. So this data I want to hide inside the image so that we get one more. So like this. Here we don't know what is inside. Initially I mentioned data plus image, but when we go for hiding that, we don't know what is inside this one. It's one of the more security mechanism. So something is there inside, but we don't know. So that's why we are trying to achieve the confidentiality goal of cyber security by using image technography. So I'm talking about image technography. Maybe we can take the technography means it could be the image technography or it could be the document also we can hide some data, or maybe we can go for notepad also something we can hide data, whatever we can take. But I'm talking about image and we have to hide the data. Based on that only receiver knows what is the information inside the image. So for that we have to go for image technography. Let us if we take here. So this is the image, this is the image. Both images resemble. There is no change. We can't identify is there any difference, nothing. So but there is inside the image something is there that is called data. So some secure data I want to send from source to destination. That is X to Y. Based on that, we can decode and we can identify what is inside the image. Same thing here also. Something this information I want to hide inside the image. Actually, this is information, maybe confidentiality data. This I want to hide inside this image. Based on that receiver knows this is the data which we are trying to explore, and maybe for some security reasons or maybe some other government policies that I am trying to send that information from source to destination. Based on that, the receiver decode the data and you can see exactly what is inside. So for that, we can achieve the confidentiality goal of cyber security by using image technography. Next. You can use next weekend. So here basically the concept is we have an image, we can call it as a cover image, some hidden message. Let us say I want to send my mobile phone pin or let us say my Gmail password, etc. So just we have to hide this message inside the image. That's why we can call it as a cover image. So this is called steganography. So finally we have stego image or we can call it as a steganographic image. So in general we can call it as a stego image or we can call it as a steganographic image. The mathematical aspect and the concept is we have a power image plus data which leads to stego image or we can call it as steganographic image. So finally F is the image which is having image plus data. So based on that we are writing the data and once we go for stego analysis the receiver can understand what is inside it. This is the basic idea of steganography. So steganography is the process of hiding data inside the image. Based on that we can create a stego image or we can call it as steganographic image. Once we got the steganographic image, after that we have to do stego analysis. Based on that we can see what is the data inside the image. Only receiver knows exactly the secret message, the secret code, whatever that we are trying to incorporate in the cover image. So this is the entire process of steganography. Next. So this is actually, this is the simple one. So we have a normal image, some secret message, let us say my mobile number, something I want to hide here, and we get steganography or stego image. We can call it as steganographic image or stego image. Then if we decode here, we can, but I show some of the tools based on that we can understand how to decode this image based on that what type of messages we are trying to extract from the stego image or steganographic image. And sometimes here, this is sometimes it's not that much secure mechanism, but there is no key here. Key means password. But for that, we can go for one more mechanism that is called key concept. We can call it as simply password. So we have same concept. We have a normal image. We have a secret message. Additionally, we are using one more concept that is called key. We can call it as a password. Let us assume I am taking a normal image plus secret image plus we have to add the key. Based on that, we have to create a stego image. Once if we enter the password or we can call it as a key, then we get the output. In this output, that is in this secret message, we can say exactly what is happening. So these are the two cases. First case is with key, without key. Second case is with key. With key is with password. With password is more secure mechanism as compared to the without key. So we have rules for both this one as well as this one. So without password, how we are trying to extract the information from the image, that is called stego image. In second case, how we are trying to extract the information from the image with the key, that is with password. So we have so many online tools. I try to explore now only. Even I share that later in the and we can try to take you. Based on that, we can see how we are trying to decode the message, how we are trying to decode the message. So we have so many number of applications because we are talking about cyber security. So we have n number of applications, but I am talking about the main core of cyber security, that is called confidentiality. We are achieving through this image technology. But when come to the reality, we have, because when we go for cyber forensics, etc., we are using this image technology concept. That's why we have n number of applications. Next. So the basic idea is here, we are using that is called LSB technique, that we can call it as the least significant bit technique. So here again the concept of matrices here. So whenever I think most of them knows, whenever we take any image, we are representing by using matrices. So when we go for image processing, digital image processing, like we have studied in the lower classes, if not, so whenever I take any matrix, that we have to represent mathematically. So let us assume I want to represent a matrix. Let us assume I am taking capital A. Capital A is a matrix. Let us assume capital A equal to, just I am taking simple matrix 2 by 2 cross matrix. So let us assume 50 and 70. Let us assume something 80. Let us assume 90. So this is one image representation. So whenever if I take matrix, matrix is nothing but image representation. And what is this values indicate? Actually, this value indicates the intensity value, that means color. So based on that color, this will consider automatically. Let us assume I want to make a matrix representation of from my finger. Then we have to make A is nothing but image. In general, we can call it as a matrix. And these values indicate color of an image. Depends on the color. No need to worry about what values it will take. By default, it will take. If you go for MATLAB or Python programming, just we have to load the image, then automatically the image is summed directly matrix. And these values indicate pixel values, that we can call it as intensity values, and depends on the color, it will take automatically. In general, range is 0 to 255. That means 2 power 8 minus 1. So based on that, 0 to 255 means any color it could be. So maybe 51 color, 71 color, 81 color, 91 color. Now the concept is, whenever I take any color in the pixel that we are taking as element, that is called 5070, that we are trying to convert into binary value. We know how to convert decimal to binary. Let us assume 50. This I am trying to convert to decimal. Sorry, binary. We know how to convert to binary. So let us assume we have a color image
and we have 3 channels, let us assume RGB, and again we have to go for image first, that we don't have time to explore. Just I'm giving, this is the image representation, and then if I take any value that we are representing by using binary value. When you go for let us assume 255, this is the maximum value, 0 to 255. 255 is the maximum value that for 8 bit image, 2 power 8 minus, that is 0 to 255. And here, this is called MSB value, that is called most significant bit. This is called least significant bit. So we are trying to apply LSB for hiding some information inside the image. So that we can call it as LSB technique. So many other techniques also there. I am taking basic idea. So when if I want to hide something inside the image, if we disturb this value, there is no effect. Try to understand. Whenever if I go for any image pixel value, let us assume 50, then after converting that 50 into binary value, this is the values I got, let us assume. And if I disturb this value, suppose the value is let us assume 50, if I disturb this value, the value is 49. It won't make much difference. But if I disturb this value, instead of 50, it becomes 5 or 10. Then it's a huge difference. Then color varies. Then someone intruder or maybe third person can identify, oh, color variation is there something inside the image. So we have to catch that image. We have to get that information. Maybe that secret message may be revealed. Because of that reason, we should be very careful by hiding some information inside the image. That's why here, when you see here, this is the most significant bit. This we are not trying to disturb. This bit we are trying to disturb. That's why we are trying to go for LSB technique. If you remove one instead of that, make it as 0 also, it won't make much difference. Instead of 50, maybe 49 only. It won't make much difference in the color variation. But if you disturb this one, 100% there is a huge color variation. Because of that reason, we are applying LSB technique. So based on LSB technique, we are trying to incorporate some message or secret message inside the image. That's what you can see here. When I disturb this value, so when I make 120, then you can see the channel, change in the byte, 99%. The value entirely changes. Instead of 255, it becomes 127. Then obviously, instead of maybe yellow color, maybe you can find blue color. But when I disturb this one, when I disturb this value 255, and when I change this to 120, then 254 only. There is no color variation. So obviously you can see the change in the byte 0.0. It's negligible, no need to consider this one. So that is what I am trying to explain here. Whenever if I want to use image ethnography for hiding some information inside the image, try to disturb this LSB value. Don't disturb this MSB value. I will tell you how we are trying to disturb and how we are trying to hide inside the image. So because of that reason, there is no variation in the color. But here there is a huge variation in the color. Because of that reason, the third person, we can call it as a hacker, we can call it as an intruder, or we can call it as a hijacker, whatever it may be. So they are trying to identify something inside the image. Because of that reason, always we are trying to explore about LSB. That's why we can call it as a LSB technique for image technography. Based on that, we are hiding the information inside the image very secretly, and there is no issue. So that's why we have to go for LSB technique. Hope you understand that concept what I have explained to you. Next please. This is the overall structure. We can call it as flow diagram. So let us assume this is the input matrix that is called image. I already told you matrix is nothing but image. So that we studied in the digital image course in the lower classes. So this is the matrix. Let us assume 3 by 3. So let us assume the image pixel values are 64, 50 something. And what I am trying to do, just I want to make it as a binary conversion. Just 64. We know how to convert, no need to expect. And this is the most significant bit and LSB value. And this message I am trying to incorporate inside the image. This is the image, and this message, let us say the message is yes. So maybe we can go for applications when it's big messages also we can try to incorporate. I will show the tools also. But I am trying to incorporate the message yes. This I want to incorporate in this pixel and in matrix, that means image. Based on that, when you decode, I will get output is yes. That is the secret message. I want to send some secret from here to Kashmir border for some security thing. Then I can tell them the secret message is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then once decoding, then the major or maybe whoever it may be, that security person will see the exact message what we read as an image. So that is first data analysis that we will see later. But here what we have to do, we have a message that I am trying to incorporate in this image, and first we have to convert the ASCII values, and the ASCII value will be 83 per capital S. Now what we are trying to do here, you can see here, the LSB value I am disturbing. So here you can take 0, 0, there is no distance here. So from left to right. Next I am disturbing 0 to 1. You can see here, I am highlighting with red color. So here when you take the original image, these significant bit value 0 and replace this 0. From you can come from left to right. So 0, 0, there is no issue. And here 1, we are disturbing, replace 1, 0 by 1. Here you can see 1. And next one is 0. Next anyhow 0, no need to disturb here. Next one, there is no issue. But 0, actually here 1 we have, that is replaced by 0 because of 0. Like this. So these values, lost column is LSB values. we are replacing with the secret message. That means the secret message is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Once we decode, we can find the secret message is nothing but this. After trigonometry, we can find whatever secret message that we have incorporated in the cover image, that we can call it as input image, that is nothing but lost, we can call it as LSB value. Now, as you can see here, once if I disturb the LSB value, 64, there is no change, 50 to 51, then see only one unit only difference. We don't have much difference also. Because of that reason, the color of the image won't change. There is no reflection of the color of the image. Because of that reason, this secret message, whatever secret message here, that is there in the image, that is called cover image. Based on that, we can decode and we can find the output is nothing but yes. So this is the LSB technique first, and hence finally the state image is nothing but 64, 51, 90. We can see the input image and the state image, that is called steganographic image. 64, 64, 50, 51, 128, 120. Only difference is these values only. Only one variation. We don't have much variation. One unit, it won't make much difference in the color variation. Because of that reason, we are applying LSB technique. By mistake, if you apply MSB value, that is instead of using LSB value, if you disturb this value, then this becomes instead of 64 maybe 10, instead of 51 maybe 121, instead of 128 it may be 250 or maybe 162 maybe 0 also possible. So then it may be lot of variation in the output image. Obviously, the intruder or we can call it as hacker can identify something is inside the image, then you will catch immediately that one. You try to decode that message. Based on that, you can try to find secret message what I am trying to send to the security officials. So that's why you should be very careful by applying this LSB technique by sending input image with cover some secret message to the cover image. Finally, we get the stable image. Once it will decode, it will. So this is the overall architecture. Hope you understand what is the first goal of cyber security, how we are trying to achieve by using confidentiality by using image technology. You can go for text also, but I am talking about images, input image and secret message. Finally, we got the output. Now once we decode, the decode is nothing but this one. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Then once we decode, then we get the ASCII code that we convert an output image. Output value is nothing but that is secret message. So these are the some we can next. So these are some of the steganography tools. So I will share the links also because here I can't open an input, which will take a lot of time to open the all those things. But all are very simple. I will try to share some of the tools next. So this one, this is a very silent type. So this is one of the tools. We can download the app also. I will share that all the links I already told you. Even Python code, everything I have, everything I will share. Maybe one more session I have on the Thursday somewhere. I will try to explain that all the time. Online is easy, there is no disturbance, but here maybe some technical issues. Next. So I have downloaded this one and that in my system available. This is the actual home screen. So you can see here, just you can open the file, just open this one. Next, you can move. So after opening, we have to load the image. I have considered the same college image. Just I have opened the image, then I got this image. Like what we have tried to do, we have to import this one. So why we have to import? I am trying to incorporate some message inside the image that I am trying to send to the electrical chain name of the college, so that secret message we will decode and we will see what is happening in that college, or maybe if there is any meeting tomorrow, secret meeting with all the faculty members. Such type of messages if I want to send, if I send this image to chain letter, so no one knows what is inside because calculate I am sending university image or college, there is nothing is wrong. So because of that reason, this type of things we can import something inside that is called cover image. After that, once we decode, we can find it. Now what I mentioned here, once we encode, I am sending message like this. Please attend the class, maybe participants, ladies and gentlemen. Please attend the class today at 10 a.m. Like that, I want to send some information. So that is encode. Next. Now after that, what we are trying to do, so this message, everything saved somewhere in the desktop. Now we have to go for decode. Just we have to press this decode. So we have to press this decode. Once we decode, we get it. So please attend the class today. So when we go, you can see highlight. So once we this decode, you can see the tick mark also. We get the message. Please attend the class today. This is the secret message. What I'm trying to convey to the student, or maybe faculty, or maybe parent, whatever it may be the stakeholder. That is an issue. But here, what I'm trying to do here, trying to inform some message to the college or maybe emails. And after that, once we decode, I came to know this is the secret message. Based on that, I'm trying to take further action to understand it. So this type of things are very, very important when you go for secret message conveyance from source to destination. This is one of the simple tools, and I will share the links also. You can download if I take you. Next. Now the question is, whatever I have executed previous tool, maybe somehow we have some insecurity. So for that, we have to go for stable integrity. Same concept here also. We have a cover image and same thing we are trying to do, and what we are trying to do, something we are trying to do. Time is nothing like here, a passport, some passport I am trying to add. Based on that, only receiver knows what passport I am trying to add further. So only receiver will enter that passport or whatever it may be. Based on that, we get the output. This is a little bit more secure compared to the previous one. If you want complete details about this, you can refer this article. So there we can find complete information from Computer and Electrical Engineering journal. This is SBA 4.9 factor. Even I have two factors in this journal. So here main concept is we have incorporated for the cover image. Based on that, we are trying to decode, and after that we get secret message once we enter. I'll write it to one two based on that. So this is the simple image. This is called PLOG. You can see the PLOG. I'll show you this also. And so PLOG is the tool that directly there is no need to download. You can use it directly with your web browser. So just we have two options here. One is encode, one decode. So just I want to go for encode option. So when you go for encode option, just you have to browse the image. Just I have taken same college image, and I have entered the password, but key details for it. Latest is the password in 1234, and this is the message I am trying to convey to the destination, that is receiver. Mobile thing is let us know so hard 153 something. So here the main difference is previously we don't have anything. So based on the latest article, we have an important concept that is called key, that is called password or maybe passcode, something. So once we enter, then we have to enter the message, then we have to click this encode button. After clicking this encode button, the message which we entered, it will be automatically added to this image. That means it will automatically create the steg image. Stego image or steganographed image is the secret message which will be automatically covered with the input image. Based on that, the image is not changed anything, but something is the inside the image. For that, we have to go for decode. What I am trying to do here, just we have to go for decode, and whatever image which we have saved somewhere, maybe desktop or maybe download, and we have to load that image. And just we have to enter the password, then you can see the message. I entered password 1234 and mobile thing is nothing but. So this is the secret message which I have entered, and finally after decoding the password 1234, I got latest on mobile. The main difference is here we have to enter the password. Once you enter password, the image will disappear and you will get a message. The mobile thing is nothing but something my name. So this is very more highly secure when compared to the previous one. Why means we have a key or maybe password, based on that we are trying to get the out. So this we can try to execute and we can find the variation between previous one and this one. And by mistake I entered this password CSP1234, then I got password is valid. So previously I entered correct password, here the password is 1234 and here also password is 1234, that's why we got output mobile is something what I entered here. But by mistake I entered password next. So CSP1234 we get password is valid. That means this is more security mechanism compared to the image steganography without key, and this is image steganography with the key. Based on that, we get accurate results. Password is invalid, it's very difficult to carry this type of thing. That's why hackers are maybe included difficult to carry this type of messages. That's why we have to open more security mechanism by entering the password. So this is the second case. First case is without password, second case is with password. Next. So similarly, this also LSD steganography just figures. So here also we have two things. One is I'll tell you the difference. So hide data, extract data. So same concept here. This is called encoding, this is called decoding. Maybe the words are different. So this is called encode, this is called decode. Previous slide we can find encode, decode. Instead of the hide data, extract data. Same logic. Just to open this tool here, browse file. We have to read the image. So let us assume I have read this image, this college image, and I have entered the message. The mobile thing is something. So that means this image, this message will be incorporated in the image. So that we get stego image or we call it as a steganographed image. Next. So this is the original image, this is the image with hidden data. Same you can see, are able to find any difference? We can't find any difference here. So this is the input image, this is the output image or stego image. Both are same only. We can't find even 0.01% variation of it. It's very difficult to identify. Even if you use very high level security mechanism sets also, it's very difficult to find variation of these two images. That means intruder or maybe third person, nothing inside this data. I mean nothing inside this image. That means there is no secret image is sending from source to destination. That's why he's not trying to decode this one. If someone is trying to find something is inside, he will try to decode based on that. He can find what is the exact information inside the image. But here, obviously, we can't find any difference. Because of that reason, the message is saved, and maybe if you want to add something, key letters also still more safe. Based on that, once the receiver receives this message, and after decoding, he can find exact data. So that's why the difference between previous one is here you can find both images, original image and hidden data, and both images are same. You won't find any difference also based on that data is same. Same. Next. And this is the one important thing is that is for histogram. I think most of them know histogram, the distribution of the pixel values across the entire image. We can see the histogram also original image and modified image. So I think both are overlap. That means almost it. So 55, 54 or maybe 60, 60, 120, 120. That means both are almost overlap. So because of that reason, so you can't find any variation. That's the previous example I have shown. Both images are having same color. There is no change. Of course, maybe small minor changes are there. Maybe instead of 60, 61, when you open the matrix, we can find. But here when you go for histogram, we can find exactly, there is no much variation. You can't find almost overlap. Overlap, both colors are overlap. You can see here, original, modified. Original, both are overlap. That's why LSB changes are constant. So because of that reason, we can go for this LSB technique. Based on that, we are trying to hide some information inside the image. Based on that, our data is saved. So this histogram representation is very, very important. So now I want to extract data from this. Now just how to go for extract data. So because so far we have completed hide data. Now just click this button in the same tool. Just click the browser tool only. Just click this one and you can load that image so that we get output next. So this is the output. The mobile pin is 3454. Message length is 24 characters. So finally we get it. So here the difference what we found previously, here we can find input image and output image. Along with we can find the histogram. Along with we can find clearly what is the message length, word count. When you go for especially generate the area, we have tokenization. Maybe first class I will explain. Tokenization, tokenizer, how we can get the vital role by generating the next word in the generative variables on organically. So there this type of things are very important. At the time we discuss the tokenization. But here we can find clearly what is the output or what is the response for the given input image and the secret message in the image report. This tool also we can use, this is also we can download, that's called Pink Stereo. Same thing, same concept here also. So we have to open image, we have to hide the text, some text I have written here, next one. And just if you want to explore, just we can go for what we have here. We can try to get the text next. Here. So just if we click this one, we can get output here. So this tool we have downloaded. So based on that, we can try to explore this. Next. So whatever I have explained here available, just I share these links. So you can go through that. This is very, very useful when you want to do something research on this. So here we have so many cases. With T, without T, and what is input, what is output, is there any variation, or maybe you try to incorporate some kind of technique which will give more accurate results when compared to the LSB technique. These are all enhancements of the research. Based on that, you can try to find some insights of the data. So I share this all the links. You can try to go through this one, and so this one we have to download. This fourth and fifth one. These two we have to download. Rest of the directly we can use to web portal only. But these two tools we have to download and so actually, this I tried to complete today, but because
Anyhow, then I have one more section. At that time, I will explain deeply about this Google Connect and how whatever I have explained today, the system and some of the regression analysis of the application. So even we have evaluation models by using MSC or so many things are there. That's why I given some take code for this evaluation also because evaluation is very, very important. Whenever if I go for the classification or when I go for regression, without evaluation, it is very difficult to identify or very difficult to differ. I mean, find which model is the best for the given data. So that's why I given separate program for linear regression model evaluation or maybe multi-linear whatever it may be. So that code also I have provided, but maybe one more section is separate now. So at that time, I'll try to explain brief about this along with the data. I'll try to explore so how to execute and what is the code. It's very simple only. Paste and share and copy paste. You will get a classification of a Julian system, classification of event sampling, and evaluation of the regression model, evaluation of the linear regression model to the scientific application. So everything we can do. And the data sets also and data sets are available. When you go for this click link drive, I'm providing data sets also. Same data sets you can load in the Google and directly click the right page. But I'll explain in the next session, online session now. So at that time, briefly I'll explain. Online means no disturbance. We can complete so many points. So at that time, we guys should explore these things also. How to load the data set and how to include the Python code and how to include the libraries based on that, how to go for classification and what are the classification measures and what is the regression model, what are the integration model measure, and based on that, how we are trying to compare what the diversity. So these are the challenges. Obviously, when you go for any emerging technologies, we have a lot of challenges also. So we have a lot of challenges. It could be the lack of graphics and the bad marks also. When you go for unsupervised, we don't have latent data and large data sets. When you go for intrusion detection system, so we have more than 1 lakh records. That means 1 lakh data samples. So a lot of data is there. The height that means number of records and the columns are there. So we can call it as a dimensions, number of attributes, we can call it as a columns. And school classification. What does it mean? When you take some data set, maybe 80% data belongs to power 2, 20% belongs to negative. In that case, it's very difficult to go for classification. So this type of issues we have, where the data resources. So many issues are there. That's why there is a lot of scope to do research on machine learning for cybersecurity. So each challenge is nothing from a research problem that we try to incorporate for your research. Next. So I already told you because in machine learning for cybersecurity, AI is not small topic. It's a vast topic. Even the last two we have completed 10 days FDP organized by IIT Guwahati. So it's not for still we have so many concepts pending in our curriculum. So that many concepts we have. That's why we want to explore more about AI for cybersecurity and try to use some of the resources. So one is the machine learning for cybersecurity. So this is one of the best textbooks I have seen for any ML or AI for cyber. It's like 200 pages only. You can download also. You can go to this, especially beginner. Just you can type this machine learning for cybersecurity. We can find instantly whatever I have explained. Maybe you will find still more concepts also. Based on that, you can learn machine learning for cybersecurity in depth. And one of the next best one is so machine learning for cybersecurity. Actually, this is Purdue University playlist is there. Just you can type in YouTube. So what is the machine learning for cybersecurity? Now what we can type? We can find Purdue University Northwest. So around 20 or maybe 25 playlist videos are available. Just you can go to that. You can find a lot of insights about this stuff. So even you can put subtitles because the American accent sometimes difficult to understand. You can put subtitles because during Corona I have done this one only around 25, 30 videos. So maybe 20 minutes off the maximum. And we can find the entire mission learning for cybersecurity concepts. Very interesting and anyone can understand whatever I have explained similar kind of books we can find not that much high level also. So based on that we can understand complete level for cybersecurity. So this is the best one for beginners. Always I recommend when I come taking session, I used to recommend this one. Why is there you can find from zero to yes. So everything you can find. And this is also very simple textbook we can find already. And this is the data set machine learning repository. You say machine learning repository. Of course, you can go for character data as per your convenience. But I want most of the benchmark data set. That's very important. Not data set. Benchmark data set. If you want, you can go for this. So whatever data set I have compared for by research, it could be the recommendation system. Until my research and recommendation system for my course down, maybe healthcare. Everything I used to compare from this one. Benchmark data set. So no need to do that much pre-processing when you take data set. So if you want, you can compare this with the thank you, course. Actually, I can understand because a lot of things are there and we don't have time. Still, I think the 50, 60 are when after the classification. Hope you understand why I'm doing this. So, still any queries, you can take my mail ID. I of course one more session I have. So at that time also you can ask me any queries or you can send mails. I'm always welcome to discuss any research aspects or maybe academics. I'm always to discuss for this. Based on that, I can also announce this. If you have any queries, you can ask me the two online or not. A lot of discussions I can understand. So that's why we take online. So these things used to take without any disturbance. Any other terms? You know, certain yes, LSD right. Yes, yes, yes. Then that's it. We have that's it. When you go for programming, it's only just we put for you something. This whatever I tell you just for understand. Obviously, madam, because whatever input matrix if you take, for example, if you take your image, That image is not like 3 by 3, 4 by 4. It could be the 10,000 cross 10,000 also, maybe 12,000 cross 12,000 cross 4. If you go for matrices, now, whatever research if you take minimum 600 cross 600 or maybe 1,000 cross, like that you can find the sizes are very huge. The dimension is huge. Obviously, if you take just this one small area, you can find 200 plus 200. If you take entire finger, maybe you can find 600 plus 600. So because I'm taking 3 by 3 matrix, I can't incorporate more than one letter. If you go for more than one letter, not possible. Why this the matrix is 3 by 3, and we don't get that many. There's maximum 9 elements only. So 9 elements, how can I incorporate 2 letters? 2 letters also we need more than 15 times. The binary connections. But so many other techniques are. This is the basic idea, what I have explained. Still, lot of research completed, so many techniques are there. This is just for beginners. What I'm explaining is for beginners. If you go for advanced one, that I explain key something, that options is out there. There you get basic concepts, kind of skill course, and cosine, so many things. But this is the basic idea. I'm talking about only spatial coordinate system. You go for frequency domain, you can find lot of other concepts. Frequency means for CSC diagram, it is very difficult. Only easy to we can understand. Fourier transform, inverse Fourier transform, cosine transform, sine transform, so many things are there. But I'm computer science background, I prefer all this spatial coordinate system. Taking matrix, doing something, doing it out. Always in your Excel coordinate system, we are doing. Yes, available. So many things, yeah, available. Those are doing EC department, they are doing various. They are all doing things. That I don't know frequency, it's very difficult process. But address is very good. That whatever I have taken, I'm sure that this is yeah, you take down, you can. I given the basics only. So insights only. Okay, then. Maybe one more session first. We make that. That right.
That was a very informative session. Thank you, Dr. J. Somshekhar sir, for your session on AI for cybersecurity applications, challenges, use cases, and research directions. We learned how AI is being applied in cybersecurity and about the different machine learning model categories. Your insights on the mathematical aspects and classification algorithms were very helpful for the researchers. On behalf of Amrita Institute of Engineering and Management Sciences, I thank you for your valuable time and knowledge. I now request Dr. M.S. Nagananda, convener of this national level SVP on Linux AI Lab, to present a small gift to our speaker as a token of gratitude to the Dr. J. Somshekhar sir. Thank you, sir, for spending your valuable time with us.
Really very informative session by our Dr. Somshika sir. He is very simple, humble, and great person in my perspective because I have assigned 3 sessions on Tuesday, morning, afternoon, evening, full sessions. The first night, then we discuss. Then I changed it to Wednesday 2 sessions. Then I again changed, sir, you come on Monday. I think we have changed a lot, but he accepted for his simplicity, humbleness, and great support from you. We are really thankful and grateful to you, sir, for your great knowledge and support for this program. Next session will be Friday morning session because our speakers, due to their occupancy and some issues, they changed their slot. Due to that, I troubled our sound shaker too much. Even I am sorry for that. but he has supported, and his session was very, very informative. And he will join us on Friday morning slot on online. Okay, this is one information. And many participants in the online requested that lot of disturbances are there from our technical support system. So I am proposing that they only suggested the solution. Solution is we are not permitting to allow their microphone to turn on. If online participants wish to raise their questions, you can raise your hand. We will permit to ask your queries or interactions. Otherwise, all online participants' mics will be turned off because it is disturbing many participants. And in this FDP, around 200 participants are participating online. And the quality of audio is very, very important. That is why we take this suggestion. If you have any additional suggestions are there, we are very happy to implement it if it is good to all of us. With this, we conclude today's session. Thank you very much. I once again thank giving a big round of applause for it. Great support. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.